The topic of the Kingsway Entertainment District, or KED, has dominated every political discussion over the past year. Voters want to know where the candidates stood on the issue and whether they supported the KED or not. And so did the candidates.
Take a stand, for God's sakes, and let the people know where do you stand.
There's a lot of confusion right from the get-go as to whether it was going to originally be 100% paid for by the developer and then the city's paying for it.
I want to know exactly how the decision was made that taxpayers would fund the big developments and who made that decision.
So the decisions were presented in reports to council. Council considered these reports from staff, from the experts, and we made the decisions in council.
I don't feel like the information was displayed or communicated correctly to our citizens, and I think that's managed to piss people off on both sides of the equation, whether you're for a downtown arena or if you want to see it out in the Kingsway.
Because the aspects of the project unfolded over the course of a couple of years, many directions and decisions may have gotten lost in the shuffle. Here's what you need to know. Construction of the Sudbury Arena began in the 1950s, making it the oldest rink in the Ontario Hockey League. The arena lacks amenities of modern arenas. The small loading dock is not equipped to handle large touring shows, not to mention the acoustics inside the arena are unsuitable for many performances. Successive city councils have studied replacing the arena, and different retrofits have been done over the years. After the 2014 election, the current city council began a big projects initiative where people were invited to bring their ideas to council. Among the presenters was Dario Zulich, who proposed a $60 million arena on the Kingsway to be built as a Triple P project. Zulich would build it and run it for 30 years in exchange for loan guarantees and operating funds, similar to what the arena gets now. Shortly after that meeting, councillors got behind the idea of a new arena, convention centre, library, art gallery, and Place des Arts. The city hired consultant PricewaterhouseCoopers, who went through all the arena proposals. In that report, the downtown location received the highest overall rating to host a new arena, but the property on the Kingsway was a close second and received high marks for its ample parking. It was estimated that either site would cost about $100 million to develop. In 2016, City Council voted that regardless of its location, the arena would be funded by the taxpayers and debt financed over 30 years, rejecting the model that Zulich proposed, but keeping the idea of an entertainment district. In June 2017, Gateway announced its plans to build a casino and entertainment property as part of the development on the Kingsway. If the project goes ahead, gaming operations at Sudbury Downs and Chelmsford will move to the Kingsway. On June 27, 2017, both downtown supporters and supporters of the Kingsway project filled city chambers and tuned into the city's live stream to watch as council voted for the home of Sudbury's new arena.
It is a tie. A tie is deemed to be lost.
The vote for the downtown location was tied 6-6, and in municipal politics, a tied vote is a lost vote. When it came time to vote for the Kingsway location, several of the councillors, including Mayor Brian Bigger, changed their vote and supported the Kingsway project. The format of the vote continues to be criticized, with some saying putting the downtown vote first left councillors no choice but to support the Kingsway location. A report prepared for that council meeting said the $100 million it would cost to build the new arena would be financed at an interest rate of 3.6%, with debt repayments at $5.5 million a year for 30 years. Repayment would begin in 2021, the original timeline for when the event center was to open. However, it's unlikely the KED will be built by then because of appeals to the local planning appeals tribunal that oppose zoning changes and an official plan amendment that's needed to build the arena, casino, and parking lot on the site. The LPAT has scheduled the first conference to take place in November and must make a decision by June 2019. Options to pay for the arena range from putting the full amount on property taxes to using internal funding sources so no tax increase would be required. Putting the entire bill on property taxes would require adding 0.7% to tax bills for 3 years, which would raise the $5.5 million by 2021. But there are other options on the table. For one, the city's commitment to help fund construction of the city's Medical Research Center and School of Architecture ends in 2020. That frees up $1.1 million that can be directed to the arena. And this year, Council approved a new hotel tax, half of which must be directed to tourism, leaving a potential of $800,000 to go towards the new arena. There will also be a significant amount available in 2023 when the city retires some long-term debt, saving $2.3 million a year. Plus, Council already approved $800,000 for the project in last year's budget. Together, those options total about $5 million a year in potential financing on the $5.5 million annual mortgage. City proposals also call for a fundraising campaign to raise $10 million, in which, if successful, would reduce the annual payment to $5.2 million. The 2018 municipal election in Sudbury has practically become a referendum on the massive project and has created great controversy in our city. Here's what some residents had to say. Are you in favor of the Kingsway Entertainment District?
Absolutely, 100%. Long overdue. Can't wait.
I don't like the process, the way we came to it, that's all. But I'm for a new arena, obviously.
I always think back to Science North, when the decision was not too popular to make Science North, and look what it's become. So, yes, I definitely am in favor.
I'm definitely against the Kingsway Entertainment District. I think that improving current infrastructure is much more of a priority for our community than creating an entirely new system.
I think it's important for the downtown core to have the arena close to the businesses and support them instead of the Kingsway.
They do want to keep it downtown. There's no room downtown. There's no parking. We need a good centralized location for our concerts and other venues. So
We need a new arena, but it's the wrong location. I think it should be in the south end, behind the south end, behind the mall. But
I think it's being positioned like it's going to be the savior for our city, and I just don't agree with that. I do feel we need to entertain, we need to attract, we need to foster our arts and our sports and our culture. I don't know if it needs to be down on the Kingsway.
I don't think I'm really against the development of a new arena, but I am against wastefully spending money without ensuring a proper display of where the money's coming from, who's spending on it.
I'm looking forward to the work that will come out of it for construction and whatnot, and I think it'd be great for the city.
I think it's great for the city, and it's about time that it happened.
I think the Kingsway is a bad place, in my opinion, to put it, especially with a casino. It's just not convenient. Let's say if you have a bunch of people drinking and then finding your way home from the Kingsway, it's not really close to housing. And
I can understand the need for something new, but I don't understand why we couldn't build it in the already centralized location that we have downtown that had multiple economic reports say it would be the most beneficial long-term for the city.
I think it's a good idea to have a new arena. I think it's just a bad location.
And why is that?
I don't think there should be an arena right next to the dump.
I don't think that it's the best thing for the city, casino included. Casino's not a good idea. It sucks wealth out of the city.
I'm against the Kingsway Entertainment District for a number of reasons, including the casino how to ruin the economy and the community.
I don't care where it is, as long as it's somewhere. Because the rest of the things that follow afterwards, if it doesn't go there, then this doesn't change, it stays the same, sort of a deal. So then I've got no library and none of this and none of the rest of it. So let's follow through on a few things.
Join us on Sudbury.com on October 22nd as we bring you live coverage during election night.